And if this disappoints you, well, you're just going to have to learn to live with disappointment.
There's one, and this is the skull mode I got for Bismuth. Kind of cool looking. This is for Unicorny. It's a new unicorn mode. Notice this one hasn't got a short horn, but it does have a dorsal fin. That's a little bit of flash. Cut that off. It'll be fine. Came out real good. A lot of detail. I'll get this cleaned up and sent out to you. Unicorn. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Well, I made one more pour of bismuth, and this one, it came out real nice. It didn't even have a dorsal fin. It was pretty, and I was trying to flatten the bottom on the sander, and the son of a gun slipped out of my hand, took a chunk out of my thumb, broke an ear off and the horn. Yeah, so that has to go back in the melter. Both of these, I had actually started working on this one before I noticed that it was cracked. I don't know if you can see that or not. Don't have the best light in here. You'll be able to see that one pretty good. Got a big T crack in it. This bismuth expands when it cools off, and well, it forms crystals, and if the crystals form on the outside and the top, you see that button on top? That's from the expansion, and that button must have cooled off, and then this expanded just a little bit more and cracked it. So now I gotta go look at all the other ones and make sure that they're fine. But yeah, 25% success rate. This one's perfect, thank God. I just wanted to point out that not all of them are successful, right? You would think just pouring liquid into a container wouldn't be all that hard. But yeah, it seems to be fairly difficult for me. You can see the crack. Every one of them. Every single one of them. So, I don't know what's going on. It's like the first pour of the day, you know, thumbs up, good to go. Then, whoa, yeah, I don't know. But those aren't going to be any good.
Number 2, Finger, Tennessee. Besides having a poorly thought out name, Finger, Tennessee comes in number 2 on this list. Finger is located about 10 miles south of Henderson, Tennessee, with just under 375 residents. Usually small towns like this have very low crime. Not here. They're trying to break some records or something. The town has an overall crime rate that's 97% higher than the national average. While you're in the town, you have a 1 in 18 chance of being involved in a crime. Is this town trying to get some like kind of federal disaster funding? You know, is there some kind of program we don't know about they're trying to get on? Now, they say that Finger had 350 residents in the 2000 census, and they believe they've gained somewhere around 25 since then. If you look at the satellite photo of this town, the first thing you see is why it's called Finger, I guess. It's shaped kind of like a finger. And then you start to notice that there's not enough houses to have 375 people in this town, unless they all own bunk beds and are living like 10 to a house. Weird.
Whoa. Oh, there's a finger. It worked. No cracks. Using a cold mold. No powder. Everything came out just fine. Just fine. Got a new mold. Don't like the shape much. This is what they usually look like. This one looks like it'd tip over real easy. So I gotta do something about that real quick. Got my box of sand here. I'm just planning on making a little spot to kind of hold it upright. Nothing special. Make sure I don't get anything in it. And it's sort of level. Hey, that one spot that's level, we're going to call that good and pretend I know what I'm doing. I'm going to give this tin a little bit of help. Save my piece of copper. Unplug it before it gets too hot. Dear sweet baby Jesus. I ain't gonna lie, it looks like I was just a tad shy there. Maybe I should have melted the fat ladybug too. I just didn't want to break down and melt an entire 1 pound bar just to pour one item. So, obviously being incomplete, it will most likely end up in the remelt pile, but it will give us a good idea of just exactly what it is I bought, because I don't recognize it, and it did not come with instructions. Oh, there it is. Considering it wasn't a full pour, not really missing all that much. Could be ground down, made a base for, I think it'd be fine. Depends on what it looks like after we get it in the tumbler. Gotta wait for the shine bright to come in, and then we'll tumble it and see what it looks like. Not sure exactly how I'm going to tumble it. Might just use stainless steel shot and purified water with no additives. See what happens.
Man, Mountain Link has once again totally outdone himself.